Today we're going to use an app called Doodle Buddy to make ourselves some digital robots. You already made robots on paper. Now we're going to make some on the iPad. So this app that's a white box with a little blue squiggle is Doodle Buddy. And if we go down here to this bottom picture that has a sun and some mountains and tap it, it gives you some other options for your background. I can have white, I could have black, I could have stone. So choose a background for your project. Then our next mission, we want to make a robot from shapes. So one of the things you could do is there are some robot stencils in here. So this little heart-shaped icon, if we tap it, shows you some shapes that we've learned. And down here, there's a row that has robots. So we can always start with one of those and then add on to it to make it even cooler. So I could start with this goopy robot. If I take my fingers and pinch them together, he gets smaller. If I stretch them out, he gets bigger. Also, if I use two fingers, I can turn him around different directions. And if it's one that I just don't want, I can just tap and he goes away. So I am going to go back to Stencils and pick a robot. Now he doesn't have any color yet. This is just a stencil. That means we have to add color to it. So I tap on the paintbrush over here and it'll give me the different kinds of brushes that I can use. So it says paint, chalk, glitter. It also changes my brush size. So if I have it slid over really far, then when I paint, it's going to be a lot bigger. If I have it scooted over here, then when I draw lines, they will be a lot smaller. So I'm going to go with really big because I want to fill in a lot of the robot. This box that says color, if I tap it, it gives you a lot of different colors to choose from. The last few colors you use will pop up in these boxes up here. So my background's a brick color. I don't want to choose red because that wouldn't show up. So I think I'm going to go with a nice blue and then take it and rub all over. Now if I don't like the texture of that brush, because that's chalk, I don't like chalk. So I'm going to go to paint. And then when I rub with my finger, it's going to look totally different. And my whole robot doesn't have to be one color. I could go in, choose a different color, and maybe paint his feet yellow. Paint his hands yellow too. Now let's say I do something and I don't like it. That's what these magic buttons are for. Undo and redo. So if I tap undo, look at that, he's got blue hands again. Or redo, I can put everything back just the way I like it. Okay, I think I'm done with the stencil. So I tap it, and stencil's gone away. Robot is now stuck to the wall. I want to add other shapes to my robot. So I'm going to tap stencils again. Now, this row, you see the shapes are solid. So if I go to color them in, it will fill them in. The second row, the shapes just have a black outline. If I go to add color to that triangle, it's only going to show up as an outline. It's not going to fill it in. Get it about the area where I want it. Pick my color, fill it in, boop, and now the triangle is stuck. And move it over here, trying to get it so it's close to the same size. And then color it in. And it has a tendency to stick it where it wants, so things might scoot over a little bit on your project. You can also go in with your little brush tool. And I'm going to change my color again. I'm going to go really dark. And you can use that to draw things on your robot. First I need to shrink my brush down so I can draw some lines. So maybe I want to add some details in his wings. Or make it look like electricity is shooting out of his antennas. So that's what that tool is good for. And if you want a different texture with your brush, you can pick chalk, glitter, smudge, To make your whole picture go away, you hit the trash can at the bottom and hit the word clear. And then everything goes away.